Hey everyone, how are you doing this Sunday? Lovely Sunday. I know it's a little bit late. It's just been a hell of a day. Um, but I just came back from a nice walk and I am looking forward to winding down. How was your Sunday and what are your intentions for this week and what have you been up to? I'm like in this mode of, is this month really ending? Like tomorrow's the 27th and there's 4 days left for July to end. Okay, for some of us who are August babies, we're like excited because it's going to be our birthday month. But on the other end, it's like, have these months really gone by? Because I had this thought and I was thinking about women in general or people in general and how not only about our self-talk but our self-worth and what we think that we deserve. And then something came to my mind, and I remembered that the only way I could articulate it better was if I read. There's because This is my book, a journey to love, and when I think about um, self worth and all those things, and I always go back to this. It's not really a poem; it's a thought. Because I always have, when I write my books, there's always a point where people can just breathe after reading my intense poetry, and then they can just think about it. So this is called Shame. So I'm gonna read it, and then we can talk about it a little bit. So it's called Shame. I was ashamed of my body, my color, my femininity. I hid it and masked it with my clothes, covered myself up so others could be comfortable. I didn't have the right body, voice, teeth. Everything about me was wrong. I diminished myself because of the lies in my head, only to realize that they were lies. I chose people that would lift me up and put me down at the same time. They thought that they were putting me in my place. It only made me more confused, more insecure, afraid of love. Love was based on other people's opinions, and my voice didn't matter. Then I had an epiphany. I couldn't be perfect, but this body was mine, my burden to carry, if I chose it to be a burden. I decided that once and for all, I was enough. My body was enough. My body supported me. My mind wandered into darkness and was there for a while. That's why things don't faze me anymore. I have seen death walk in my sacred spaces. Pain lived in my body. Heartbreak tear my soul. Tears that never ended. A smile that faded. That took years to come back. My smile, that enchants everyone, manages to mask a lot. When you meet me, you say, I'm beautiful, stunning, and amazing. It's because you missed the ugliness I worked hard to get rid of inside. Putting other women down because of my own insecurities, getting rid of my shame, being the yes woman, a doormat. If you knew that I still possess some darkness, would you still want to be in my presence? Would you love me for who I am? Or would my intensity and realness scare you? To you, I may be naive, but you don't know what I have gone through to protect my inner child. To you, I may be a party animal, but you don't know what I had to sacrifice to be still. I am many things to many people, although one thing about myself that I realized is what I am to me matters most. I'm a work in progress, and my journey to love starts with me. Go in peace to all those that only saw parts of me and never got to experience me as a whole, complex, multifunctional being. And so that's why I titled it Shame. So that's Shame from my book, A Journey to Love, from the chapter Peace of Mind, which is basically each book that I write, there's always a space in between where we can have thoughts. So then the themes in that basically about the shame of being a woman. The theme also is the shame about sometimes, when we live in a world where we don't feel accepted. So maybe the shame of being black and African, or just black, or maybe if you're from another ethnicity, where you feel like you're a minority or you don't feel respected. And then the shame of having these magazines and tell us how our bodies should look like, where people, not even those magazines, but people around us policing our bodies. And then the other theme was the insecurities that we sometimes are placed upon ourselves, or things that are programmed to us. And that is when I realized that this is something that everybody goes through: the self-doubt, the performing in front of other people because this is what we think people expect us to be, when we really want to be our own authentic selves, but we don't know if that would be acceptable. And then it gets really exhausting. So when it comes to healing, sometimes we just have to acknowledge that we do have that sense of shame within us, that we do feel insecure, and that is something that happens to us at a moment, but then we can also transmute that and change that into something else. And the best way to do that is to learn to be gentle with yourself, and there are 3 ways that you can do that. The first one is learning to maybe listen to affirmations. There's some really good daily affirmations that you can do for maybe 21 days. They say 21 days is the amount of time that you're able to change a habit. So I did an experiment. I wanted to see if that was true. And I am down to 30 days. Tomorrow will be 30 days of doing an affirmation. It's on YouTube, actually. I think basically it's supposed to be for women. And it's by Alana Fox, Fox with 2 X's. And you can find it, and I think the affirmation. But anyway, and I did it for tomorrow will be 30 days. And I noticed that when people do affirmations as well, then it kind of reduces your negative self-talk, or you'll somehow recognize it. So that's the thing. Be mindful of your mind and what you tell it. And then the other thing that I would say that you should do is surround yourself with people who will uplift you, but not always because the thing is, like, sometimes we may be from a background where people may have been narcissistic, or may have put us down because somehow when they put you down, they feel better about it, or those people who have those, what is it called? Subtle put downs or microaggressions. And it's just surrounding yourself with people who see you for who you are and accept you for who you are, and do not try to change you. Of course, we have to have friends who call us out on our BS. That is a given, and it's good, and it's not. And sometimes I feel that it's not good to always have yes people around you, because then that way, if you have people who always co-sign with you, then how do you grow? So you need people, and the other third thing for me is like my friendships. I have friends, like, I guess the youngest one would be like 19 or something of the sort, or 14. Because the thing is, like, I would consider my nephew my friend. He's 14. But it's good to have friends of all different ages, because everyone has a different perspective, and that makes you realize what's important, right? Because, like, everyone's perspective is different, and that's how you learn, that's how you grow. And the more you learn who you are, the more you learn about yourself. Learning yourself is always key, because master thyself. Then no one can tell you who they think you are. So if they tell you that this is how they expect you to be, or this is who they think you are, you're able to not really care, because you yourself know that that is not true. So by knowing yourself, by saying affirmations, or finding like really good ones on YouTube, and the other thing is like knowing who surrounds you, those are the key things in getting rid of your shame. And also making sure that you try to, because sometimes, there's this thing of, like, now we're in this thing where people are like, oh, I'm doing this, and people are doing a lot of things, but do you really have time for yourself? Like, do you have that? Are you able to give yourself 5-10 minutes to just be, or do you feel like you always have to be doing something? So that's the question that I have, and I'm posing to all of you today, is that where does your shame come from, and what are you going to do to release that, because that could be something that's holding you back from healing. And once you heal from that shame, you're able to be fully expressed. And the other thing is, there's a lot of other ways that you can do it. It's maybe if you don't have that community, find a community where people are able to see you, because sometimes the people that live in the area that you're living in may not really understand your journey, but you'll always find someone online. And I can say, in my opinion, or in my experience, when I used to be on Twitter, I met a really good friend. How many years ago? I think it's like 4 years back. Yeah, no, 6 years ago, and we're really, really good friends. We met in person actually, and then I met another one who was a really good friend. So you can always find your community, and like I always say, your vibe attracts your tribe. So you'll find someone. So I guess that's my message for you today. Just take care of yourselves, and keep your mind right. Keep your mind right. Keep your head right. Keep your body right, because that's the only way that you're gonna be okay. Because healing is a process, but it starts from just identifying things within you and looking in the mirror and realizing that this feels uncomfortable, and acknowledging that and figuring it out. Everything is figure outable. You might not figure it out today, but eventually you will. So I just want to wish you a lovely Sunday, and thank you to all those people who joined me live today. And for those catching the replay, have a nice one too. So take care, and I will see you again on Thursday, because I try to be on Thursdays and Sundays, because that's when I can at least come to you. Speak soon, and I will catch you guys later. Take care. Ciao.